Hi guys, so this week I am not showing you anything. I have a guest with me. This is Brianna, and she has a really cool kitchen gadget that she's been talking about on Facebook that I wanted to learn more about and wanted to share with you because I love to cook and I love to eat. And so things that make that whole process easier are my favorite. So here we go.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. So I just kind of wanted to share a little bit about my experience. And then at some point I'll try to actually show the product itself as well. But I'm Brianna and I am talking about the Tovala, Tovala. And the Tovala is a smart oven essentially. And it has a bunch of different features. So for starters, it connects to an app on your iPhone, and the app is completely accessible. And on the app, you have a bunch of different choices. So you can either choose to buy their meals that they deliver in a box each week, or the app is loaded with a bunch of different recipes that you can try to make yourself, or you can create your own kind of oven cycles. So you have a lot of different like options to customize your experience with the product. It is about the size of a toaster oven, and it has three kind of modes. It has a steam mode, a broil mode, and a bake mode. And so most of the different cycles have kind of like a combination of those to make the most effective product. And then the other feature as well that I forgot to mention is a lot of products from stores also have barcodes that can scan into the app, and it knows their cook cycle automatically. So when I first got it, I had a pack of spanakopita from Trader Joe's, and the app recognized the barcode, and then it knew like the perfect pattern of steam, broil, and bake to make it really tasty with like soft on the inside and super crispy on the outside. And it was delicious. And then for each of the meals that they send you every week, they come with a little card in the top, and you scan the card and it automatically knows exactly how to cook the meal. And it also gives you the directions right there in the app. So for example, yesterday I made a panko crusted chicken breast with some kind of like bacon and chive cornbread, I think.
Oh my gosh,
And
that sounds
so
so good.
it was so good. So when I opened the box and there was the card, and I scanned the card. And so the card gave me the directions. So it said there will be two nested aluminum pans. Take the pans apart, put the chicken breast into one, spread the mayo over the chicken breast, spread the panko over the mayo, and then put a fourth a cup of water in the other tin with the cornbread, mix the oil and chive mixture, and then put the bacon bits sprinkled on the top.
That's really
And
detailed. That's really nice.
yeah, so it was like super detailed, but like the reason why I like it is like it's easy. Like they're easy steps. Like anyone
Hmm.
can spread mayonnaise on a chicken breast or put panko breadcrumbs on top of that. Like it's not like hard cooking, but it's still a
Hmm.
few things to do to like keep you productive and keep the food really fresh. So it's not like a frozen meal, you know? Like all this is super fresh. So then when I finished the steps on the card, I put it in the oven, and I just hit the cook button in the app, and I press the cook button on the oven, and it automatically knows exactly how to cook the meal for me.
That is so cool. I always was like under the impression that when these appliances said that they could scan stuff, it was only if you bought their stuff. So it's interesting that they're recognizing just mainstream stuff you find in the grocery store too.
Yeah. I know there's like a whole list of brands that they have. I know a lot of Trader Joe's stuff scans. I think a couple of like the really common ones. I had some Pillsbury cookie dough that scanned. Um, I think like the more common kind of things you can buy from the store. And then if, for example, I had some pierogies one night and they didn't scan whatever brand they were, but I searched for pierogies and I could find like a comparable product and then just choose to cook it how that product was cooked.
Okay.
And because of the different cycles, like the steam, the broil, and the bake, everything comes out so nicely. Like I had some pizza that I had ordered, and then the next night I put it in the Tovala, and I did like a cycle with the. I created something with the steam, broil, and bake, and the pizza turned out better than it had the first night. Like it
Oh
was
wow.
so good. I've been
What
really
is the
impressed with it.
unit like itself? Do you have to use the app? Are there buttons? Is it touch screen?
So there are buttons. You definitely can use the app, and it's probably like the easiest to use with the app, but everything can also be done on the device itself, except I'm not sure if you could like scan a barcode from the device itself. I think
Okay,
you
yeah.
have to
Yeah.
scan, but it has three kind of sections of buttons. It has a circle at the top, and that circle has toast, reheat, broil, steam, and bake. And then it has another circle under that, which adjusts the degrees for the oven. So like, you could do 350 or you could do 400 degrees or whatever. And then it has another circle below that adjusts the time that you're cooking. So like 10 minutes or, 20. And then right below that, there's like a start and a stop button. And so all of the circles are like different buttons around the circle, but you can feel the differentiation between them.
That's really cool. That's really cool in like today's technology. Everything is touchscreen.
Touchscreen,
Yeah.
yeah. So in the app, you actually cannot use the reheat feature. And so when I got it, I wanted to reheat something and I was like, there's no way to do this in the app. So I contacted their customer support. And when I talked to their customer support, they literally described to me all of those buttons and like explained to me exactly what to do via email so I could figure it out myself. It was super
That's
cool.
amazing. I love that. I love when companies are just like, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I have chosen to do the pre-made meals through them because I'm lazy and I work all day and I have 3 jobs. So like I really don't have time to cook as much as I would like to. And I do about 8 meals a week from them. They come in a box on Wednesdays. And each meal is in like a little cardboard kind of box thing, and all the different like condiments and things like I mentioned are kind of separated. So like with the chicken breast that I mentioned, the chicken breast itself was in its own wrapper, and then there was like a pan with the cornbread powder, and then there was like packets. So there was like the mayo packet, the panko packet, the bacon packet. So the only tricky thing that I found is like some meals, for example, on Friday, I made a dill roasted salmon with roasted lemon vinaigrette broccoli.
Oh my gosh. These sound so good.
I know I haven't had dinner yet. It's making me hungry. But when I was looking at the sauces, I wasn't positive like which one was technically, they smelled similar and they felt similar. So I wasn't sure like which one was for the broccoli and which one was for the salmon for sure. So that's the only kind of hurdle I've run into, but honestly, every time I've guessed and it like has tasted good. So I don't know if I was right or wrong, but whatever I did worked.
Yeah. You're like, it wasn't awful. Success.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only thing I've like kind of run into that was a barely accessibility hurdle, but I wouldn't even say really a hurdle. Like, it's pretty easy to figure out.
That's awesome.
And when you scan the cards too, it also tells you the expiration date in the app, which I found really cool because I've
that
always
is
wondered.
a huge accessibility thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've always like with other foods, I'm always wondering, like, I don't know the expiration date.
Yeah,
so.
I'm like, I bought it a week ago, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really, really nice. The app is totally easy to use. Each week for the meals that you can buy from them, they change the menu. So that was something I was really concerned about too, because I've tried other like food delivery services like Freshly or things like that. And I got bored really quickly because even if they advertise like, oh, we have 30 or 40 options, if you're getting like 8 meals a week, then you go through everything, like it's really quick. So I got so bored, but Tavala's menu changes each week. And so you have about, I don't know, maybe like 15 to 20 different choices each week. And then you can choose the ones that you want.
Do they have different options for like people who have any kind of diet needs? Like
they do.
Vegan, gluten-free, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. So when you're looking through the recipes, you can filter out by your needs. You can like filter vegan or gluten-free or things like that. I would say based on what I've seen, there's always a couple of options each week for people with diverse needs, but maybe not like, if you have some really specific needs, you're not going to have like the variety, you know what I mean? Like, I think each week there's 2 vegetarian dishes.
Okay,
so like,
yeah.
if you're vegetarian, that's great. You have 2 choices, but if you're trying to get 8 meals, that could get really like So.
What is the cost of like a meal plan?
So it depends on how many meals you get, I guess, but I would say like the average meal is about $11.
Okay.
And then that's give or take a little bit because like each week they typically have one that's like a steak meal. So like I think this week's maybe or last week's was a filet mignon with truffle butter and like garlic mashed potatoes. And so that is like an extra $4.99, I think, because it's like
Yeah,
a
obviously.
premium thing. But your standard meal is about 11. And then occasionally some of them will come with 2 servings, like the frittatas. They usually have like a breakfast option each week or a frittata. I've eaten the frittatas for dinner because like why not have eggs for dinner?
Exactly.
There was like a pesto frittata with potatoes, and that came with like 2 servings. So it varies a little bit, but I would say on average it's about 11. I'm paying, I think, about I can't think because I keep switching between whether I want 8 or 10 meals each week, but I'm paying like I think between 100 and 120 or so.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And I'm always getting the premium ones because they are delicious.
That's amazing.
Like, why would I not get a filet mignon?
This is so exciting. Yeah. So I have been like, I just joined the Instapot team. I just got a smart microwave so that I can control with my phone. So all these appliances, like I'm all about it right now. I'm like linking everything in my house. It's all very exciting to me.
Yeah. So I have a smart microwave as well. I have like the Alexa enabled microwave, and I used it probably twice a day until I got my Tovala. And since I've gotten my Tovala, I've only used it once in the last like 3.5 weeks.
Wow.
Like it's pretty much replaced my microwave. The only thing is the Tovala cannot heat liquids. Like you can't like put a big thing of soup in it.
Okay.
And then it can't pop popcorn.
Okay.
So they, people say you might still want a microwave, but
yeah.
it tastes so much fresher and better, even with like the store-bought things doing it in there than the microwave, that I just have had no desire to turn back to my microwave.
That's awesome.
I did try a couple of their recipes. I cooked some salmon with one of their recipes, and then I made some prosciutto wrapped asparagus one night.
Oh, that sounds good.
And they were both really easy, and they came out really, really good. So the recipes that I have tried have come out pretty well. They also have like cookies and dessert recipes in there. They have like different categories that you can choose from. I would say that their recipe library isn't as extensive as I was maybe hoping for, but my hope is that they'll keep like expanding it with time.
Yeah, is this a relatively new product?
I would say maybe
it's so?
I don't know. I know it's been around for like the last 4 years, but there was originally a generation 1 Tovala, and now they're on like generation 2.
Okay.
And so I think it's like come a long way pretty quickly.
Okay. So yeah, it's probably expanding as it goes along.
Yeah, that's my hope. And I mean, you can create your own recipes and things like that too.
For sure.
The convenience of like using theirs in the app.
Yeah. Yeah. The more things you can do with one thing is great.
Yeah. I'm going to try to walk across my kitchen and show it for anyone that can see it. Make sure I'm not tangled. Hold on, my headphones are tangled.
Is that your puppy in the background?
Both of them. They went to a street fair and they like hung out outside all day. I thought they would be like sleeping while I did this, but of course they're wild and playing. So, hold on 1 second. I'm just going to pull my headphone out to untangle it really quick.
Okay.
Okay, let's journey across my kitchen. All right. So this is the Tovala itself. It's about the size of maybe a little bit on the larger side, but a standard toaster oven. You can open the front of it, and that's kind of the inside. It comes with a little pan, and then all of the meals they have come in these little like foil containers that you can cook in. On the right side of the unit is the little water spout in the top where you have to, it'll kind of beep and let you know, but you have to keep water in it because it steams. And then the 1, 2, 3, the 4 kind of circles of buttons that I mentioned are on the right side, all in a vertical line.
It's really cool. Do they have like accessories and stuff, kind of like the Instapot, like extra trays and things you can buy,
Not
or
that I know of.
they're kind of just standard, like small trays would fit in there, like your small little.
Yeah, pretty much anything that would work in an oven will also work in there. So I know I'm on a lot of the Facebook groups, and people will use like Pyrex dishes or smaller pans, or people are always sharing ones they found on Amazon. And then also I've been saving the foil trays from the meals that I ordered from them so that I can like use them in my own recipes and stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because why not, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I've been doing that, but it comes with a measuring cup for the water, an oven mitt that you can like put your hand into, and the one basic like sheet pan.
How hard was it to set up originally?
So it wasn't too bad. So actually, okay, I say it wasn't too bad. So I got my first one, and it was like so secure in the box. There was like styrofoam in it all around it, and I could not get that thing out of the box. So I was like tugging on it, and suddenly the oven door handle popped off in my hand.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I've had this thing for 10 minutes and I've already broke it. I was not supposed to cook. Why did I try this?
You're like, it's not even out of the box.
Yeah, I was very sad. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry this happened. I don't know why I have these issues. Can you help? And they were like, oh, of course, just, you're welcome to pull it out of the box and still use it until you get your next one, but we'll send you another one and just send it back to us. We'll send you a shipping label free of charge and we'll fix it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, they were super nice. I wasn't going to pull it out of the box at first because I still didn't know how to get it out of the box.
Yeah.
But then my meals were about to come. So I was like, oh, I better pull it out. So I did. And I used the old one until the new one came. And there's a little bit of setup. There's a few things you have to like put the little cap on the water spout. There's a little tray that goes under it that collects any like excess water. And so you have to like slide that tray into place. You have to put the little oven rack into place. And I think that was it. So there's just like a few little fine tuning things you have to kind of put into place before you do it. And then it needs to be kind of near an outlet because I would say the cord isn't like tremendously long. And then the other thing I noticed too is it does get super hot. So you want to make sure there's like a little bit of space around it.
Yeah.
When I used it for the first time, you can like hear it when it's running. It's not like obnoxious. It's just sounds like an oven running. But the first time I used it, when I pulled the food out and everything was done, it was still making that noise. So I was like super concerned and I was like, do I need to unplug it? Like what's happening? And I read that it has like a cool down feature. So it still kind of like makes that noise for a while to cool it down because it gets so hot after it is cooking.
That's a nice feature.
Yeah. So I haven't had any issues at all with it, but I do know that it gets pretty hot.
Okay. Well, this is so exciting. Thank you so much. Where did you order it from? Is it directly through them?
I ordered it directly through them. So here's the thing. You can order it on Amazon and things like that, but at its base price, it's $300. However, if you order it through their company, they are always doing like major sales. I got mine and that entire month it was a sale and you could get it for $79.
Whoa.
And then the next month, right after I got mine, they did a sale and you could get it for $49 that entire month.
Oh my gosh.
And then if you have a referral code from someone, if there aren't any sales, you can get it for $99. So like I would never, ever, ever buy it through another source because you can get it so cheap if you like listen to their sales.
That's crazy. What is their website? So nobody should go to Amazon.
Yeah, don't go to Amazon. I don't even remember what their actual website is because I use the app for everything now, but I just like Googled Tovala.
Yeah, let me look it up while we're talking and I can share.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was, and also getting it set up with the app was really easy. So like when I first got the oven, I plugged it in and on the app, there was a prompt like add a new oven and I could just add a new oven and it asked my Wi-Fi password to connect to my Wi-Fi. And it took like a minute or two to set up. And then it was like on my Wi-Fi and everything was all set.
So it looks like it's just tovala.com. So that makes it easy.
Oh, that's very easy. Yeah.
So yeah, this is so exciting. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, it's I really hate cooking just because I'm so busy, and it's been like a life changer for me because I ordered out so much. So I've saved so much money. All of the meals are less than 500 calories. So I've been like a lot healthier. I've saved money. I enjoy putting the meals together, and they are like honestly delicious. So it's been a really cool
Yeah, it kind of
experience.
sounds like baby cooking. Like you still get the satisfaction,
Yes,
but
exactly.
without like the stress of like, what am I gonna make? Now I
Right.
gotta clean up all this mess.
Exactly. It's perfect. Perfect.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone else. If anyone has anything they would like to share, just reach out to me. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you again, Brianna. This was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.